So welcome to my Zwift racing again. I'm going to do the epic race. So this is the Muckle Yin or something. I don't know. I'll pop it on the screen. I'm rubbish at reading stuff. The Muckle Yin. It's in Scotland. 2 laps. Looks like everybody sets off at the same time. It looks fairly steep as well. I'll put the stats on the screen. Seems to be a lot of climbing. I'll probably get my backside whooped. But I'm quite looking forward to doing these type of races. I'll have a look into it, do a voiceover about some different ones. But I'm doing stage 1 today. This one's a bit longer. And then tomorrow I'm doing a crit race one. I think there's a time trial, so they'll look really good. But for today, we're going to do this one. Let's see how I get on. I'm going to try and hold on to the ears as long as I can, because it's supposed to be for training, not really racing, is it? Well, not for me anyway, but we'll see how I get on. So fingers crossed for me. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy. These mixed category races is always chaos. As soon as the countdown hits 0, the A riders launch. Some of the stronger Bs go with them. A few Cs try to hold the wheel as well. Even some of the Ds get dragged along for a minute or two. It means the opening of these races always ridiculously fast. Well, it is for me anyway. And as you can see, it's straight away just hitting that power. Minutes in, average watts is around about 300. It's still draggy. We're coming up to doing sort of the first hilliness if that's a word, but it's getting a bit more bumpy, and my average power is creeping, and it really is creeping up. I'm trying to stay as close to the front as possible and then just sink back in. And I'm just going to try and hold this group as long as I possibly can. It's good training, but it is also a race as well, and this is all my category, so there's some very strong riders here. So, just over 5.5 minutes in. My average is 319 watts, and it's starting to stretch. You can see here, I'm just trying to keep in the front, try and spin. A's and B's are just relentless. You get to the top of the climb and people push over the climb, they're pedaling downhill. And, you know, I'm really happy I've held on so much here, but 308.7 watts is not sustainable for me. At this point, I already know what's coming. And this is it when I get dropped. That's it, match burnt. I could feel myself right on the limit, hang on to the back, and I knew if I pushed any harder, the elastic was just going to snap completely. Sometimes in Zwift races, especially with the mixed categories, you can save it by digging for 10 seconds, but this wasn't one of those times. So back it off slightly, sit around 23 miles an hour and wait for the next group on the road. Honestly, this probably saved my race. I skipped quite a bit here because once this group formed, things really settled down really nicely. We're rolling on at about 24, 25 miles an hour, but without any consistent surging. That's one of the biggest differences between the categories. The A riders never stop pushing. Every climb is an attack. Over the top, still pushing. Downhill, still pushing. Somehow, still pushing. A lot stronger Bs race like that too. And I suppose some of the lot stronger Cs do as well. But this group rode smart, hard on the climbs, easing slightly over the top instead of trying to destroy each other every 30 seconds. It actually felt smooth for once. Well, as smooth as 300 watts can feel. This is where the race really started. The plan was simple: push hard on the flatter sections, recover slightly on the climb, and try and hold the wheel on the descent. In reality, I was absolutely hanging on. definitely see from my facial expressions that I'm trying really hard. Every little rise becomes more of a massive effort. The accelerations feel like someone turning the screw one more time. Another dig, another surge, another attempt to close the gap before it disappears completely. I emptied basically everything I had, just emptied everything back onto the downhill section, hoping my weight and momentum might save me. One last big effort, one final push, and that was it. I already knew before the summit it wasn't going to happen. The legs were gone. The group started to stretch away meter by meter, and that horrible moment when you realise the race is still going flat out, you're not. And I realised these are sea riders. They're clearly stronger than me. So I just rolled in. To be honest, I was really happy with it as well. I use these races mainly as training at the moment. I'm usually coming onto them carrying fatigue. I've been doing them back to back as well. Maybe over winter, I might take it a bit more seriously or differently and try and come in fresher and try and see how I can actually compete. But as a workout, it's brilliant. Loads of hard surges, loads of timing threshold, and exactly the kind of suffering that makes you stronger, I hope. I didn't record a proper outro for this one, but the next race is shorter, less hilly course, and that's one where you may or may see an actual sprint finish with the group. You have to stay tuned and have a look at that. So if you enjoyed it, keep an eye out. That will be out next Wednesday. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe and all the usual YouTube stuff. I really do appreciate it.